Hey, I'm Thomas, and I'm going to show you how quick and easy it is to send a beautiful church newsletter with Flowforth. First, I'm going to click Create New and choose New Email. I'm going to call the email the weekly, create it, and then we have all these templates here for you to use, but I'm actually going to start from scratch. So I'm going to drag in this text block and give it a little header. So we'll call it the weekly. I'm gonna make this font even bigger, something really bold. Now, I think it'd be fun if this header had a background image. So I choose the block styles, click browse, and choose this image of a forest that I already have. That adds it there, but now I can't see the text. So all we're gonna do is just change that text color. Great. Now let's add a little bit of padding, just to give it space to breathe. All right. I'm liking that. Next, we want to personalize our email with a little welcome and an introduction to what's coming up. So I'm going to say hi, type an @ to get our list of merge tags. I'm going to choose first name. Then, I already have a little bit of content from a team member that I'm just going to paste in right there. So now it's time to get some announcements in. You can obviously add announcements one by one, building them out with the image and text and buttons that you need. But my favorite way to do this is to use this import content from Planning Center button. If I drag that into the email, I can see my registrations, groups, and calendar events straight from Planning Center. These are the 4 events that we have coming up right now that we want to promote. So I'm going to select those, and I'm just going to do a quick import. This brings in the images, the title, dates, sign-up links, all of that from Planning Center straight into my email. So as we can see, we have our Church Center links there. Everything's looking good. Actually, I did just remember that one of our designers sent us a new version of this kids camp. I'm going to click on the image, and I'm just going to see if it's in Canva. Great, we have it. And now we can see that we have the new version. Oh, it looks like there was a typo. So I can actually just quickly open this up in Canva, and I will fix that myself. Okay, that looks good. If we go back to our tab, we can refresh this image from Canva to get the latest version with our different changes. And there we go, we have our new version. So next, I actually want to look at some of our email styles. So I'm not loving how our buttons look. So let's actually try to change those to outline. Let's make them full width. And I want them a little bit rounder. Yeah, I like that more. The last thing that we need to do is we need to let people know that they can actually volunteer for Kids Camp. So I'm gonna add another text block under this Learn More. And then I'm gonna take some content that I already have, just a short sentence, paste it there. I'm going to duplicate this button, and then I need to actually link to the form in Planning Center. Now, I could go and copy and paste the link, but I also have this option to change the link type from URL to Planning Center. This will let me choose from forms, registrations, groups, calendar, and Church Center pages. For now, I'm going to stick on forms, and I'm going to choose our Kids Camp Volunteer Interest form. So we can see that linked there, and then I'm going to change our text to volunteer. And the last thing I want to do is I don't like how much space there is between these 2 things. So I'm going to go back to block styles. I'm going to choose this little padding button so I can change how much padding we have on top. Change that to 5. And that brings it a little bit closer to feel like one email. Okay, so I'm feeling good about this. So I'll click Save and Exit. Now here we get to set up all the details for our email. First, I'll do 2. So we have the recipients, which is who the email is to. This is typically a list in Planning Center. And we have the email category, and this is the type of email. This lets people control their preferences on the types of emails they want to receive. So I'm going to choose a list. Now I'm going to look for my attenders, all adults list. Then I'm going to choose a category. This is just a general email. I'll hit save. I'll set from. I'll send it from myself. Set my name. We'll choose a subject. I'm going to call it What's Coming Up at Church. You can also set some preview text, but I'm going to skip that for right now. Finally, we'll choose the send time. I'm ready to go, so I'm gonna hit send now. And then finally, we have the option to configure a church center announcement. Now, I'm not gonna use this for my weekly newsletter as it's nothing urgent. But say this was a rescheduling of our service times, or we were meeting in a different venue. I might wanna set this announcement up to make sure that people get the notification. For now, I'll skip it. Now, I can just click send now. I get a last second preview to make sure everything looks the way I want. But I'm ready, so I'm gonna click send email. Enter email is